What if I told you there's a strategy so potent, so psychologically earth-shaking, that no contact feels like a faint whisper in its wake? No contact leaves you clinging to hope, staring at your phone, wondering if they'll ever reach out, if they'll ever realize what they lost. It's passive, a quiet plea for their return. But this is a force of nature. This makes them regret ever walking away, not because you disappeared, but because you became a man so powerful, so untouchable, so magnetic, they're left questioning every choice they ever made. This isn't about playing games, chasing validation, or waiting like some lovesick shadow of yourself. This is about control, mastering your mind, your emotions, your entire existence so completely that by the time they see the new you won't even care if they come back. This is the story of a man who was broken by heartbreak, just like you might be right now. A man who thought no contact was the answer, only to discover something far more devastating. By the end of this video, on WisdomWavesAura, you'll hold a weapon so sharp it doesn't just make them miss you, it makes them wish they'd never let you go. Ready to stop suffering and start winning? Smash that like button, subscribe to WisdomWavesAura, hit the bell, and drop "I own my destiny" in the comments below. Let's get started. Picture a man standing in the ruins of his own heart. He was all in late-night conversations that stretched until dawn. Inside jokes that made the world feel small. Moments so vivid they felt like they'd last forever. She was his everything, the one he built his dreams around, the one he thought was his forever. They shared deep talks, the kind that made him believe they were unbreakable, that their connection was something rare, something real. But then, like a storm out of nowhere, it was over. No warning, no long explanation, just a cold, detached goodbye that hit like a blade to the chest. He stood there, staring at his phone, rereading her last message, searching for meaning in words that offered none. Was it something he did? Something he said? He scrolled through their history, desperate for a clue, but the more he looked, the less it made sense. The days that followed were torture. Every room felt hollow. Every song carried her ghost. The bed was too big, the silence too loud. He could still hear her laugh in his mind, still see the way she used to look at him like he was the only man alive. But now she looked through him, like he was nothing, a stranger she'd already forgotten. That was the worst part. How easily she moved on, how quickly she erased him, like he was just a chapter she'd skimmed and tossed aside. Meanwhile, he was stuck, trapped in a loop of rage and heartbreak, torn between wanting to hate her and wanting her back. He replayed every moment, every conversation, searching for the mistake, the moment it all went wrong. Was he too much? Not enough? Too available? Too distant? The questions gnawed at him, stealing his sleep, his focus, his peace. He was a man unmoored, drowning in a past he couldn't change. That's when the advice started flooding in. Go no contact, they said. Disappear. Make her miss you. It sounded like the perfect plan, a silent war, a way to take back control. So he tried it. He deleted her number, blocked her on social media, forced himself not to text, not to check her stories, not to beg. Every time his fingers hovered over the keyboard, itching to send a message, he stopped himself. He told himself he was being strong, that this was the way to make her see what she lost. But deep down, he wasn't free. He was still a prisoner because even though he wasn't talking to her, he was thinking about her every single day. He checked his phone, hoping for a notification that never came. He scrolled through old photos, wondering if she ever really cared. He told himself he was moving on, but he was lying. He was waiting for her to text, waiting for her to realize her mistake, waiting for her to come back. And that's when it hit him. No contact wasn't enough. It was a bandage, not a cure. As long as his happiness hinged on her return, as long as he needed her validation to feel whole, he was still weak. And weakness, it's never attractive. She didn't respect him when he was broken, and she wouldn't respect him for sitting around, hoping for a reunion. He was playing a game he'd already lost. That's when everything changed. If you're feeling this, if you're ready to break free, hit that like button. Subscribe to WisdomWavesAura, and comment "I master my emotions" below. Let's keep going. Here's the brutal truth about no contact. It's not enough. It's the advice everyone throws at you when you've been dumped, ghosted, or replaced. Just ignore her, they say. She'll come back when she realizes what she lost. At first it feels like a master plan, a battle of patience, a way to flip the script. You imagine her checking her phone, seeing you're gone, and panicking. You picture her stalking your social media, missing you, feeling the void you left behind. But let's get real. Most of the time, she doesn't. Not the way you hope. No contact can work, but only if you actually move on. The problem: most guys don't. They use no contact as a tactic, not a transformation. They're not healing, they're waiting. Waiting for that text, that call, that moment when she finally wakes up. But waiting is weakness. As long as you're hoping for her return, she still owns you. Women can sense this. They know when you're pretending to be strong, when you're playing the role of someone who's moved on. They can feel when you're still tethered to them, even in silence. That's why no contact on its own often fails. If she senses you're still watching, still hoping, still waiting, she knows she's still in control. And what happens then? She doesn't miss. She moves on for real. Maybe she checks in after a few weeks, tossing you a crumb of attention to see if you're still there, to get that little hit of validation. And when you bite, when you respond too fast, when you show you still care, she walks away again, more confident than ever in her decision. You were just a game she already won. That's when most guys break. They get that flicker of hope, that dopamine rush, and they mistake it for a second chance. They think, this is it. She's coming back. They show their cards, respond, too eagerly. And in that moment, she knows she was right to leave. So what's the answer? If no contact isn't enough, what is? It's becoming a man she can never reach again. Not through silence, not through games, but through absolute, unshakable indifference. She'll only feel the loss when she sees you're no longer affected, not pretending, not faking, but truly gone. And when she reaches out, because she will, you won't even care. Like this video? Subscribe to WisdomWavesAura and comment I choose myself below. Let's dive deeper. Let's get brutally honest. Most guys think no contact is the magic bullet she leaves. You ghost, you block her, and you set a mental timer 30 days, and she'll be begging to come back. But that's not strength. That's just surface-level discipline, masking a deeper insecurity. If you're still checking her Instagram, still wondering when she texts, still replaying the breakup in your head, you haven't moved on. You're pretending. And women, they can smell it. They sense when your silence is rooted in pain, anger, or hope. That's why no contact fails so often, because true power isn't silence. It's indifference. No contact says, I'm ignoring you to get a reaction. Indifference says, you no longer matter. My life is my focus. Feel the difference. One's about her, the other's about you. Women don't obsess over men who chase, they obsess over men they can't affect. When your silence comes from genuine indifference, that's when it hits her hard. That's when she starts wondering, why isn't he chasing? Why doesn't he care? Who has he become? That curiosity. It's the seed of obsession, but you can't fake this. If you're still hoping she'll reach out, still counting the days, still posting stories to make her jealous, you're not indifferent, you're trapped. Indifference isn't about what you show her, it's about what you feel inside. It's about looking in the mirror and knowing, if she never comes back, I'm good. That's freedom, that's power. So how do you build it? Start with one choice. Stop monitoring her world. Stop wondering about her life. Invest every ounce of your energy in you, your body, your mind, your purpose. Hit the gym, level up your skills, surround yourself with men who push you to grow. Fill your life so completely that her moves no longer register. When you do this, you become dangerous in the best way. A man who doesn't need her, a man she can't touch. Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Indifference is owning that power, letting go of what you can't control, and building a life that makes you untouchable. So ask yourself, are you playing no contact, or are you building true indifference? One's a tactic, the other's a transformation. If you're ready to make that shift, comment, I choose indifference below, and subscribe to WisdomWavesAura. Let's keep building. Now let's pull back the curtain on something most men never grasp. Attraction isn't always about love, connection, or even respect. Sometimes, it's about control. That's the dark side of attraction, and once you understand it, everything changes. When a woman walks away, there's often an emotional payoff. She thinks, I'm in charge now. He'll chase me, he'll beg, he can't move on. Most guys confirm this. They spiral, they plead, they text, feeding her sense of power. It validates her choice to leave. But when you flip the script, when you embrace true indifference, when you start building a version of yourself that's stronger, better, untouchable, something shifts. Suddenly, you're no longer under her control. You're not reacting, not chasing, not proving anything. That's when human nature kicks in. People, especially women, hate losing control. They hate losing access. They hate watching someone rise without them. When she sees you thriving, glowing up, leveling up, while her absence doesn't faze you, it triggers something primal. She starts to wonder, did I make a mistake? Why isn't he broken? Who is this new man? That's why so many women come back, sometimes months later, after complete silence. Not always because they miss you in some pure, romantic way, but because they feel the loss of influence. Their subconscious pulls them back, craving that control again. Schopenhauer wrote about the human will, the drive to possess, to dominate, to never feel less than. This is that will in action. But here's where most guys fail. When she reaches out, they collapse. They react emotionally, chase, beg, and hand her the power right back. The cycle repeats. She gets her validation and loses interest again. But if you stay grounded, if you maintain indifference, if you keep your focus on your mission, you flip the dynamic. Now she's chasing, not because you played games, but because you evolved. Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Here, the best revenge is becoming a man she can't control. When you live this not as a tactic, but as truth, they always come back. Not every time, not every woman, but often enough that it's no surprise. The power shifts, and she feels. If you're ready to stop being the man who crumbles and become the man who makes her wonder, comment "I choose power" below and subscribe to WisdomWavesAura. Let's keep going. Now, this is where everything changes, because pain is inevitable. Rejection, loss, heartbreak, you can't dodge it, can't outthink it, can't no contact your way around it. But what separates the weak from the strong is what they do with that pain. Most guys run from it. They numb it with distractions, scrolling, partying, chasing quick validation that just prolongs the weakness, keeps you stuck in the past. The strong man, he faces the pain head-on. He doesn't just endure it, he uses it, he turns it into fuel. Schopenhauer taught that pain isn't random, it's a call to grow, to rise higher. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances. Action, what stands in the way, becomes the way." Your heartbreak, that gut-wrenching emptiness, it's raw power waiting to be harnessed. It can break you, or it can build you. The choice is yours. So how do you turn pain into power? First, own it. Don't lie to yourself. Don't fake being fine. Feel the burn. Let it sear through you not as weakness, but as a forge to shape a stronger you. Second, channel it. Take that energy and pour it into the gym. Your business, your skills, your purpose. Build a life so strong the old you becomes unrecognizable. Third, detach from outcomes. You're not doing this to win her back, you're doing it for you. When you shift this way, everything changes. Your energy shifts, your presence sharpens. Women, including her, will notice, but by then, you won't care. You'll be too busy building an empire, a mindset, a life that's yours alone. That's the Stoic transformation, and it's brutal. It demands discipline, grit, and the courage to face yourself. But it's also the most life-altering process you'll ever go through. Once you've turned pain into power, you're unshakable. Future breakups, you'll handle them. Rejection, you'll shrug it off. Challenges, you'll lean in. You've done it before, and you'll do it again. So ask yourself, are you numbing your pain, or are you forging it into power? If you're ready to stop running and start building, comment "I turn pain into power" below, and subscribe to WisdomWavesAura. Let's keep climbing. Let's talk about silent domination, winning without saying a word. The strongest men don't need to shout their value. They don't post cryptic quotes or flex for attention. Their power speaks through presence. That's what flips the game, especially after heartbreak. Most guys get stuck trying to prove they've moved on, posting gym selfies, vague stories, broadcasting "look how great I'm doing." That's noise. It's transparent, it screams, "I'm still thinking about you." Women see through it in a second. Silent domination is the opposite. It's when you stop performing, stop proving, stop seeking approval. You live, you build, you lead. And that energy, it's undeniable. Words can be doubted, presence can't. When you walk into a room with calm confidence, when you see her again and don't flinch, don't chase, don't over-explain, that's power. When she hears through the grapevine that you're leveling up, focused, grounded, without you saying a word, that's power. It drives curiosity, it sparks attraction, it flips the dynamic. She starts wondering, what changed? Why doesn't he care? Who is he now? That's when obsession begins, not because you forced it, but because you stopped needing it. But this only works if it's real. Silent domination isn't an act. It's the natural result of true indifference, of growth. That's for you, not her reaction. Schopenhauer would say you're no longer seeking possession, you're walking your own path. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Here, it's not posts, not flexes, not words, it's silent progress. It's becoming a man no one, not even her, can ignore. So how do you live this? First, stop performing. No posts for her, no flexes for her, no games. Second, focus ruthlessly on self-master, mind, body, mission. Third, embrace stillness. You don't need to fill every silence, respond to every message, or engage every time. The man who can sit in silence, grounded, holds the real power. Once you embody this, people lean in. Women notice. The game shifts without a word. If you're ready to stop proving and start being, comment "I win" in silence below and subscribe to WisdomWavesAura. Let's keep moving. Here's something most men miss. Attraction isn't just about what you do, it's about how you're perceived, especially when you're not around. That's the social shift, and it's how you create an aura of mystery that keeps her thinking about you long after you're gone. After a breakup, most guys make two mistakes. They either vanish completely, hiding their pain, or they overcompensate, posting everything to prove they're fine. Oh, scream, I'm still reacting. Women feel it instantly. But the man who creates a social shift, he wins the long game. Instead of proving anything, you quietly rewrite the story around you. Not with loud announcements or forced flexes, but with subtle, undeniable signals. You show up in better circles, new friends, new events, new energy. You invest in your body, your mind, your craft, so your growth shines naturally. You upgrade your life not to show off, but because it's who you are now, and most importantly, you become less accessible. You're not where she expects you to be. You're not always online, not stuck in the same old places. You become a little unpredictable, a little mysterious. And that triggers something deep in human psychology. When people can't predict you, they think about you. When they can't access you easily, they wonder about you. Women especially are wired for this. Predictable is boring. Mysterious is magnetic. Schopenhauer would call this the power of withholding expectation. When the outcome is uncertain, desire grows. That's what the social shift does. It's not about cryptic posts or fake busyness, it's about living your growth. You expand your world, new opportunities, new people, new purpose. When word gets back to her, and it will, it hits harder than any text you could send. She starts thinking, why is he moving up? Why is he harder to reach? What's different? That's the aura of mystery, and it's pure power because it can't be faked. You have to live it, and you do it for you, not to win her back, but to reclaim yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved, and the raging of the sea falls still around it." That's usolid.com, mysterious. If you're ready to stop being predictable and start creating real curiosity, comment "I create mystery" below and subscribe to Wisdom Waves. Let's keep building. Now, the moment every guy secretly waits for, the moment where most lose everything they've built, she reaches out. Maybe it's a text, a casual "Hey, how've you been?" Maybe it's a story reaction or a late night call. And in that instant, all the emotions flood back, the memories, the feelings, the old attachment. It hits like a tidal wave. This is the ultimate test, not of her, but of you. Everything you've worked for, indifference, growth, misjudged right here. Most guys fail. They jump on the message, respond instantly, pour out their heart, try to prove they've changed. And just like that, they lose frame. They hand her the power, showing they were still waiting all along. That kills the dynamic. But handle this moment right, and you become unstoppable. Here's how. First, pause. Don't react. Don't reply. Right away. Breathe. Let the emotions settle. You're not playing it cool, you're genuinely centered because you don't need her validation. Second, assess. Why is she reaching out? Curiosity, boredom, ego. Is there genuine interest or growth on her side? Not every message deserves a response. You're a man with standards now. Third, if you respond, keep it grounded. Short.com. No emotion. No "I missed you." No rehashing the past. No begging for another chance. You're a new man, and your energy reflects that. Fourth, let her do the work. If she's truly interested, she'll show it. She follow up, escalate, make it clear your job. Stay grounded, no chasing, no over. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." In this moment, your thoughts will try to pull you back. Maybe this is it. Maybe she's changed. Maybe we can fix it. That's the old you talking, and you've outgrown him. The new you is indifferent to outcomes, rooted in standards, moving forward no matter what. That's the frame that pulls her in deeper. Because when she sees her message didn't shake you, when she senses you're still grounded, that's when real attraction builds. That's when obsession starts. But only if you pass this test. So, are you ready? Because if she hasn't reached out yet, one day she will. If you're committed to holding frame, comment "I stay grounded" below and subscribe to Wisdom Waves Aura. Let's keep going. Up to this point, you've rebuilt yourself. You've faced the pain, turned it into power, mastered indifference, embraced silent domination, and passed the ultimate test when she reaches out. But now comes the final shift, the one that makes you truly unbreakable. This isn't about getting her back, making her obsessed, or even showing her how far you've come. It's about one thing, becoming a man who no longer cares if she returns, who no longer replays the past, who no longer seeks closure or validation. You've outgrown her, the situation, the old story. You've stepped into a new reality where those emotional hooks can't touch you. That's real freedom. That's masculine power. That's the stoic path. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you master this, she's no longer the one who got away or unfinished business. You don't need her approval or anyone's. You've built a life so strong, so independent, that nothing external can shake you. And here's the paradox. That's when you become the most attractive, not just to her, but to everyone. People feel it, women sense it when you no longer need anything. When you're self-sufficient, walking in your own frame, that energy is magnetic, but you can't fake it. You have to truly not care. That means healing, growing, refocusing on your mission, your life, your future. You become a man who's no longer tied to the old story. When you reach this point, the game changes. You don't fear loss anymore. You don't overvalue any one woman. Rejection doesn't faze you. You don't chase from weakness because you don't chase at all. You choose. And this isn't just about her, it's about your entire life. Business, fitness, friendships, relationships. Once you're unbreakable here, you're unbreakable everywhere. You've proven to yourself that no setback, no heartbreak can stop you. If you're ready to step fully into this space, to become truly unbreakable, comment "I am unbreakable" below and subscribe to Wisdom Waves Aura. Let's lock this in. This is the final piece, the new reality, a life on your terms. If you've made it this far, you're not just getting over her. You're not just winning the breakup. You've built something far greater, a life where you no longer chase, you lead. Most men stay stuck, chasing validation, pleasing others, repeating the same mistakes in the next relationship. But you're different. You don't wake up wondering about her. You don't shape your life around anyone's opinion. You don't need approval because you approve of yourself. Your time, your energy, your path, they're yours. That's the new reality. And once you taste it, you'll never go back. You no longer hope to attract women you choose. You don't need validation, you provide it. Validation, you provide it. You don't fear rejection, you're rooted in purpose. Everything changes. Your energy shifts. Your presence commands respect. Women start competing for your time. Opportunities come to you. You don't chase, you select. But the real win, it's internal. You trust yourself. You lead yourself. You've proven you don't break. That's freedom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." That's the energy of a man in his new reality, grateful, grounded, focused. So how do you live this every day? First, keep building. Never stop growing. Never settle. Your new reality is a path, not a finish line. Second, hold your standards. Only let people, relationships, and opportunities into your life that align with your values. No compromise, no chasing approval. Third, stay mission-driven. Your purpose comes first, always. Women can walk beside you, but they're not the mission. Fourth, trust the process. Doubt will creep in. Tests will come. But you've already proven you're stronger than the past. You're in control of your emotions, your direction, your life. That's the mark of a grounded man. So ask yourself, are you living your new reality, or are old patterns pulling you back? If you're ready to claim this life fully, comment, "I live on my terms" below, and subscribe to WisdomWavesAura. You've done what most men never will. You've stepped off the old path and onto a new one, a path where you lead, where your life is built on strength, not reaction. But this is just the beginning. Living as an unshakable man takes consistent work, relentless focus, and a commitment to never settle. That's why WisdomWavesAura is here to keep you sharp, to keep you grounded, to keep you climbing. If you want to stay locked into this mindset, smash that subscribe button and join the WisdomWavesAura community. And if you're ready to go deeper, to connect with a brotherhood of men walking this path, check out the links in the description. This is your moment. You're not the man you were, you're something greater. Thank you for being here on Wisdom Waves. Stay sharp, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next video.